What is going on, everybody? I am back. This is your host, Rob, back with another episode of From My Experience podcast. I have two very special guests on the show with me today. I have two very special guests on the show with me. Once again, I got some Claflin family. If you have not noticed, I tend to have Claflin people on here because we're always cool, we're always tight. These two, though, you probably heard of them. You probably seen them. You probably followed them. You've probably been a part of some of their events. They have done something innovative, creative, and totally different, unlike anything you've probably ever seen. You got a member of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated. You got a member of Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated working together, showing that UNITY, Greek unity, is better when we work together. Let's continue to build. But anyway, I don't even know what title to give y'all. The creators, the innovators of the I don't know.
I think you could say entrepreneurs, man. Yeah. I think we found a lane and figured it out. Personally, hey guys, it's Jay Dukes. I've been doing entertainment and hosting since I was still in undergrad. You know that. So 2008 is as soon as our course, we started doing hosting for the fraternity, different pageants, different talent shows and stuff. And so I've already been in it. But I will say that just in this past year, Aux Cord Wars Live has taken like my personal brand further and the team's brand further than we could have ever expected. It's crazy.
Yep. So that's Jay Dukes. Who else we got it with us?
You got E King in the building. You feel me?
Yo, so let me tell you. I got a story to tell.
Here goes some bullshit.
Nah, this is about Jay Dukes, actually. This is when I knew he was about his business and he was not fucking playing. And I don't even know if he's gonna remember this. He might remember it. Because we never really hung out like that. We weren't around each other that much, but I remember this and I was like, yo, he's serious about his shit. I don't know who did it or why they did it, but Pastor Troy came to Claflin one time, and we were in what's the building? GTK. We're in GTK.
Yeah.
And everybody was asking the questions, and Jay Dukes was like, "Yeah, yo, we want to like book you for a party because I'm an Omega and we throw the best parties." I was like,
no. That's what Pastor Troy was popping. There's no way we could afford Pastor Troy in 2009.
Nobody could afford him. And he gave us this email or whatever. He's like, yeah, just shoot an email. I'm like, yeah, all right, nigga. That was so funny, though. But I'll never forget that.
Look, no, Rob. We can get him now for Aux Cord Wars. I bet you that.
Oh, yeah. I bet you could. I bet you could. That was just one of the memories I have of you, man. That joke was so funny because everyone turned and looked when you said that. So many people looked at me, but I'm like, what y'all looking at me for? I'm the old nigga. Like, I'm like, hey, I actually like going to Omega parties. I mean, y'all parties and our parties are the only ones I went to. But
yeah, I heard the first part of that.
Yo, you on fire. All right, so let me start off with this. First of all, tell the people, for those who don't know, number one, tell them where they can find y'all, where they can follow y'all. Let's start there.
All right, so you can follow me personally at King Nupe, KINGNUPE on Instagram. And you can follow the Aux Cord Wars page at Aux Cord Wars on Instagram to see our content, follow our tour, and all of that.
Yeah, man. You also can follow me, Jay Dukes, at Jay Dukes 1911. It's spelled JAYDUKES 1911. What?
All right, so Aux Cord Wars. Yes, what's the story? How does it get started?
The story is it puts you in the mind of an old school DJ competition, but it's with regular people.
I think we should go back to the beginning.
Let's go back to the beginning. So what happened was I've been trying to figure out social media for a long time, and I'm consistent. I get booked to different colleges, but that's just based off of the quality of my live show. So I don't have the numbers that I necessarily want to compete with other social media celebrities. So I was trying to figure out a cool way to go live, because Instagram recently started showing your content organically to only 15 to 20% of your followers.
Oh, wow.
Right? So they don't show it to all of your followers unless you're already popping or unless you're using all of the functions. So not just posting videos, but also posting photos, going on your story, and also going live. And I never went live before. And I never went live before. Well, I went live a couple of times, but people would, like, this is last year, so people would go on live and ask different questions. Like, hey, ask me anything, I'll answer the questions on my live. Yeah. But if my social media not popping like that in the first place, then like I was only getting 2 questions. Hey, you got a girl? No. Hey, you what's your sign? That was the only 2 questions I was getting over and over. So I was like, man, I need to find out a cool way to go live, because Instagram's not doing me any favors with showing my content, right? Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, let me see another way to go live. And I just hit up my homie and was like, yo, let's just go on live and just play music back and forth and see if people rock with us. Let's just try something. Let's just do something silly. You love music, I love music. Let's just go back and forth and see if people rock with us. And so we did that. And when I was getting 2 to 3 people in my live before, it started showing promising numbers of 25 to 30 people. Oh. And I'm like, oh, this is different. Right? And so when we just did it the first time, we just went, he played a song, I played a song, he played a song, I played a song. We just kept going back and forth for probably about 20 minutes and just got off. And we was like, wait, this might be, now, you know what? We wasn't even thinking, I don't think this is nothing. We tripping, right? We did it again. And then we still had, consistently 25 to 30 people. And I was like, oh, wow, this might be something, right? Mm-hmm. So now we started structuring it as a game. Like, hey, let's let the audience give us a genre. We'll make it harder and play songs within that genre, right? Mm-hmm. So people on the live are giving us different genres. Do old school cookout music, boom. So we will play certain songs within old school cookout music. And so it was like, okay, they're really logging on. Like even if it was still staying between that 25 to 30 to 40 range, they were still staying the whole time. Yep. And this is when we didn't have the game figured out yet. So we were on live for an hour, and people would stay the whole time and comment fire emojis and high five emojis, hands up emojis, all of this. So it was an interactive experience, and they were not leaving the live. So I'm like, hey, this is different. This is cool. Right. And then we even stayed on the live so long. I don't know what the time limit is, but I think it's an hour. I think it's an hour. And then it'll give you a countdown and say, hey, we're shutting your live down in 10 seconds. And we would have to tell people, yo, it's shutting us down, but we're going to come right back. And we knew we had something when people would come right back. So we would stay on for an hour. It would shut us down, and we would log back on, and we would still have the same 25 people. We're like, wait, like, yeah. Like this is crazy, right? But I don't even know what you're doing. I don't know if you're on the toilet, if you running errands or whatever, but for you to hold your phone for an hour, and we were doing it later in the day, so around 8 or 9 o'clock. So your phone probably about to die anyway. You're finding a charger to rock with us. You're going and like plugging your phone in a wall and sitting on the floor to just hear us play music, right? Yep. And so at that point, I started challenging different people. I started going at Rodney Perry's neck, and I was like, yo, I'm nice with this. I want to play you. I want to play you. I want to play you. And I kept going at him on the story. And he was like, all right, young buck, you keep challenging me, so let's get it. And he accepted the challenge one random day. And so before, when we were just doing it, I kind of had a feeling that we had something, but I played Rodney Perry. And the next morning, he called me at 6 o'clock in the morning, and he told me, listen here, Jay Dukes, you got a TV show in your hands. Don't play with it. And told me that. Like, because Rodney Perry's an OG, for real. Rodney Perry's the reason that I do comedy, because he was the first person that I didn't see with like just a mic and a mic stand and a stool. He was actually running around the stage, really high energy, really dope, but he was still a comedian, right? And so I was like, man, I could, because of my energy, because of my vibe, I can do what he's doing. Not to the level that he's doing it. So no disrespect to Rodney. Not saying that he made it look easy, but it was different. And because I never saw myself as a comedian, I'm like, I'm a host. I'm all over the stage. I'm in people's faces. I'm dancing. I'm jumping off the stage. And that's not, quote unquote, comedy to me. But he showed me that you can be an entertainer and also be a comedian. So to say that to say, when he did tell me, yo, you got a TV show in your hands, don't play with it. That week, we paid $900 to get it copyrighted. And then E. King called me probably that next week and was like, yo, I see this Aux Cord Wars thing. I'm a visionary. You know, you my homie from like way back in the day. So I want to help however I can. And I was like, okay. Right. And then that next week, he called me back and was like, yo, remember y'all queen from college? Oh, yeah, I rock with her. And then he was like, I think we should add her to the team because she really want to help as well. And we was like, oh, okay. And so we added her. And then T-Mobile's been my DJ since 2008. We used to book him for parties, and he's been my road DJ since then. So we added T-Mobile. Recently, we added another DJ, DJ 7 Trey, actually E. King's like best friend from back at home when they were like 4 or 5. Like 4 or 5. So like we put the team together, and it really just started from Rodney Perry telling me, you have a TV show in your hands, don't play with it.
All right, thank you for joining me. Damn. Okay. That's inspirational. If there's anyone out there listening, I hope you were paying attention. So you got to start somewhere. They started out 1 or 2 people. He did the homework. He did the research, and you got to remain consistent. It's funny because it's the same thing with this podcast. Like I knew a lot of people. I can make people laugh and stuff like that, but I just like having real ass talk with people. And you know, it was tough. It's tough when you want to put together content and put out good stuff, but no one's looking, no one's paying attention. But when you take your time and you build on it, you eventually get an audience. So you got to keep feeding your audience too. So, and that's a really interesting and inspiring feat because music is everywhere. It's on our phones. We have tablets. We have all kind of places to get music. So it's interesting that people would rather get on Instagram Live and listen to YouTube and watch YouTube play music when it's available in so many other different places. That's definitely a sign of something special.
It's definitely beautiful. And then, you know, from there, like, we wanted to sell it as a TV show. We had a couple of conversations with different people early on, like different producers and stuff, and they just didn't see the vision yet, right? It was like, okay, keep doing what you're doing. I don't get it. And so now I had T.I. in the back of my mind because I'm really big on watching documentaries. Yeah. And I remember T.I. said, you know, when he got dropped from his first label, what he did was go to the streets because that's what he know, right? And for me, the colleges are my streets because I've been doing colleges since I graduated. So I knew that I could get this event to a college and test it out and show that we have a market. And I don't know if you can put like videos and stuff on this interview, but show them what we're doing at the colleges. Cause it's
crazy.
Yeah.
I can, but I can't. That's too much editing for me. But
I will, just so they have a visual, we've been selling out at colleges all across the Southeast. Like MLK at South Carolina State seats 1,500 people. They sold out, had to turn people around. UNCG in Greensboro, they sold out, had to turn people around. And like just having people literally wait in line on the doors to open for our event.
Well, shoot, at Virginia State, it was like low-key a monsoon outside or something, man. And people was like, with their umbrellas running in, you know, trying to, you know what I'm saying, get in to see Aux Cord Wars, man. So it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Wow. So y'all making some shmoney?
No.
Nah.
That's teamwork. That's teamwork.
Baby.
Yo. So, okay, walk us through what does a live event feel like?
Go ahead.
So a live event, it's an experience, you know, because it starts out, because especially if people don't really know what it is, it's like, it starts out, people are kind of like, you know, okay, they're playing music, I'm vibing, but as the show goes on, it becomes this whole party. Like, it's like the turn up of all turn ups because, you know, like people are playing their song. It's competitive.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it just gets crazy. So, I mean, I could tell you till I'm blue in the face, like, yo, this is live, blah, 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 blah. But until you, like, experience it, you know what I'm saying? You won't really get a chance to grasp what it is fully.
Okay. So, how can people normally go about finding out? Do y'all have y'all event schedule posted somewhere or what?
Yeah, we had our spring tour and we had like all the dates posted of what schools we were gonna be at on what date. But you know, if y'all looking for something to kick your homecoming week off or shoot, end it at this point. Aux Cord Wars, we are looking for people who want to book us, you know, bring us to your school. You can just hit us up at acwcasting@gmail.com, you know, if you have any inquiries, and we can go from there.
All right, so how do y'all fit this? Okay, how do y'all fit this into y'all lives and y'all schedules?
This is our lives.
Yep. At first, like, I was commuting back and forth while working a full-time job.
Mm-hmm.
In where?
In Utah.
Whew.
In Utah, yeah. Working in a lab in Utah. But, you know, once we started doing our lives, it's like, you know, I kind of want to see what it looked like, you know, so I fly in, fly out, fly in, fly out. And then it got to a point where a couple of things that happened where it just seemed like, man, eventually I'm gonna have to make a decision. And so,
yep, I know that feeling.
Like one was like I flew down here to go to one of the events, and we had Desi Banks with us, and like he was just asking me like, you know, where I was at and all that stuff, and I told him. He was like, "Dawg, man, you might as well just move to the A, bro." And I was like, "Nah, I ain't finna do that." And then like, you know, I started seeing different stuff in my job, and it just didn't feel right.
Yep.
And I don't know, it was something in me that kept saying like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. And it was at Edward Waters College in Jacksonville. We did a show there, and after the show, the director of student activities, she came and said, "Yo, like, y'all event was so crazy, man. Y'all just saved my job."
Wow.
And so I looked and I was like, and like on a ride back, like that's all I thought about. I was like, man, if we impacting people like that, this might be what I gotta do. And so, you know, I actually spoke it out loud for the first time and said, I'm gonna quit my job next year. And it's crazy the series of events that happened after that. Mm-hmm. Because it was so many things that we didn't have in the works that ended up becoming reality. And yeah, so in March, I quit my job and I moved to the A, doing Aux Cord Wars full time.
Woo!
That shit was scary, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
it was scary.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
We ain't making no real money yet. We are investing. It is still scary.
Yeah. You know, but you know, it's definitely something. You know, so I believe in it. Jay believes in it. Like our team believes in it. And every time we go to a school, it's like, man, this was the littest event to ever hit our campus. Man, like, you know, people have their spirit weeks, like, you know, during the spring, their spring flings or whatever. And we would be like the Monday event. Mm-hmm. And they'll say nothing top Aux Cord Wars.
So you have to move us to a Friday, sir. Because now trying to follow Aux Cord Wars, it ain't a good look.
Yeah.
It ain't a good look. Yeah.
Oh, and I will say, I would be remiss if I didn't shout out our big homie Kedar Whittle. He's a part of the team as well, and I forget to shout him out as a part of the team because he's really just a part of my life, right? He's been rocking with me since 2012 and helping me with comedy, acting, all of that. So anything that I have that's promising or not promising, he always gives me his time. So Kedar, we appreciate you. Salute to you, homie. And I know he's gonna be listening to this, so I don't want to like get locked out next time I go visit.
and I should add, he's also a part of the greatest fraternity in the world.
Not sure what that is. He's a part of something.
Oh my God.
So shout out to Big Bro, man.
Yo, so that's funny. So we all, the three of us, just got closer because y'all know I know all about taking leaps of faith and doing. Yeah. That's interesting. So, what's the goal? So you started this thing. You got a tour. You got the colleges popping. Because the funny thing is, and I've always said this to people, like whenever my friends have business ideas and things of that nature, I always tell them like, you should do something where you can target a younger audience, particularly college audiences, because they're all over the entire country, so you can do your business anywhere, and there's always new people coming and going, Those people are leaving and becoming professionals out here in the world, so it's like, all right, so, you know, you might do a show somewhere, and that senior who graduates gets a producing job somewhere and says, hey, these people did this at my college, hey, you should holler at them, whatever. You just never know what could become of that. Because with what y'all are doing, people are always going to love music. Music is always changing, and it's always this, the library is going to continue to grow. It's like, it's never ending. It's never ending. So where do y'all see this thing going?
So our ultimate goal since, you know, its inception.
Inception, that's a vocabulary word. He did good. Go
ahead. You know, I did go to D. Claflin University.
Woo!
Yep.
However, you know, since its inception, you know, we've always seen the end goal as a TV show. And so we took the proper steps. And one of the things that happened, like I said, after I verbalized that I'm going to quit my job next year, was we met with a big production company, and we have now just entered a TV shopping agreement.
Wow.
In February. So, you know.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
So that's the goal. So sometime, you know, 2020, y'all might see Aux Cord Wars.
Not might.
On one of your major networks.
It's not a mic.
Or you will see Aux Cord Wars on one of your major TV show networks.
Congratulations in advance. I always love to see someone's dream come to fruition. I love to see someone's hard work pay off. And once you enter that world, man, continue to make connections. Be careful, too, because, you know, I'm on the outside. I feel like y'all are more on the inside of the quote-unquote entertainment, way more on the inside of the entertainment business than me. And y'all hear and know about some of that crazy stuff that goes on. But y'all are truly friends before the business, which is great. And I want y'all to keep that going, man, and use that to keep each other tight, keep each other right. Keep them crazy folks from around y'all. Keep them shysters from around y'all. Keep them girls throwing them draws at you from around each other. Like, y'all watch each other's back and take care. Y'all watch it. Y'all can't see their faces, but I can. But y'all got to look out for each other.
You ain't see my face. I am in a committed relationship.
Congratulations. Good. I am too. I'm in love, so I'm good.
I'm in love. Hey, babe. She know she is.
I'm out here, bro.
Oh man, hitting out on campuses? Never mind. Wow. So, I don't want y'all. Well, I don't know how much y'all can and can't say. Do y'all have a structure for the TV show? Is it kind of gonna be like a? I don't know. I hate.
It's gonna be amazing.
Okay. I won't say anything about that. So, do y'all have any other side projects or any other ideas? Because I feel like Aux Cord Wars is like the kick in the door, the baby that'll probably be around for a long time.
Definitely be around for a long time.
Y'all cooking up anything else over there?
I mean, we're real passionate about the HBCU space. We're also passionate about just giving people opportunities. Mm-hmm. So whether there's talent shows, curating, different independent films to give, you know, HBCU students a platform. So just different things in entertainment that where we can they can start their journey earlier than we did, and we can be that bridge to help them over, you know?
Yeah. You about to say something here?
No.
Oh. So, okay. Y'all are, if I had to gauge it, I think y'all are coming to, like, the new beginning. I feel like the real ugly part of the journey is probably over. Would y'all say that?
No.
Okay, so y'all in the ugly part of the journey. Give some people the ugly sides. Give them some of the real shit. Some of the this didn't go right, that didn't go right. You need to look out for this. For the person who's thinking about taking that step out there. Because I had to do that. I did it twice when I did the record label. I kind of jumped out there. And then when I left my job to do...
We still play Roy to this day, too.
Shout out to Q. Yeah, and I did it again when I stepped out and did real estate full time, which is 100% commission. So I always share with people like the pitfalls. It's like, hey, yeah, I did it and I had fun doing it, but understand it's not a cakewalk. Like, it wasn't easy. So share some of those pitfalls, some of those downfalls, you know, some of those, damn, they got me, like some of those things.
I think can I start?
Yeah.
I think from a business standpoint, I was just telling E about this today. A lot of business men, people expect us to be new school, right? They expect us to email 11 times and call their phone and keep hitting them up. But we take an old school approach and it's more respected, right? Pull up! We'll definitely, you know, pull up on people, have conversations, and show them that we're serious. And a lot of times people get so comfortable in technology and they miss opportunities because they're playing by the rules. One of my biggest things that I stand on is we don't have to play by the rules. And I don't think people understand that. People say, well, they did it this way, we have to do it this way. That's not true, right? All you have to do is speak what you want to happen, and it will happen. It might not happen today, it might not happen tomorrow, but if you believe in it, it will happen. So a lot of times I personally get caught up in people versus believing that God can work it out regardless. Right. And so one of the biggest pitfalls that I personally ran into, and it has trickled down to the team, is that running into people, having conversations, them promising this and that, or saying that they can do this and say that they can do that, and they don't pick up their phone. Right. And so when I meet them, we talk for 20 minutes and they like, yo, I see what you got. I love your passion. You got something. Let's definitely sit down. Let's have a conversation. I promise I'm gonna help you. We can take this to the next level, right? And then I say, okay, cool. I know you're real busy. I don't want to bug you. Give me a good time to call you. Call me tomorrow at 3:15. I'm waiting by the phone at 3 o'clock, and I called him at 3:15. No answer. Yep. So it's like, dang, like people will just say stuff to you to get you out of their face, but don't really mean it. And so a lot of times that hurts, but at the end of the day, it's not up to them. Our success is in God's hands. So we have to believe without a shadow of a doubt that Aux Cord Wars is going to be successful. Aux Cord Wars is going to be one of the biggest rated television shows on a major network. And that has nothing to do with any individual.
And piggyback off of that, because, you know, me and Dukes have had situations where we met some top industry people. And, you know, called each other like, yo, like, guess what I met? Guess what I just ran with, dog? They said they was going to do this, do that. And, like, you know, they just don't come through. So, I mean, my thing is, don't get too excited on the initial. It's all about the follow-up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, also, you know, I say if they don't want to deal with us, I'm quick to say fuck them. You know And you know, like, that's just me, because I'm like, if they don't catch us right now they gonna see us at the top and be like, damn man, they did come to me.
And they gotta pay the whole thing.
You know? And so, you know, it's like whatever they do is out of our control. Like we gotta keep grinding and doing what we do, and eventually our shit's gonna rise to the top because the cream, you know, always rise. Cream of the crop, feel me?
Wow.
That is very true. Wow. Damn.
And another thing that I would say, some of the ugly stuff is, although we're friends, like we butted heads a lot because we're both passionate about the vision, and you know, sometimes we have a different way to get there.
Yep.
And so that's one of the ugly things. But I mean, because we're so close, because we've known each other for like 12 years.
That's my brother. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, if we do have to fight, we gotta be cool again. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like we can have disagreements, we can be mad, we can do all of this, rah, whatever. But at the end of the day, that's my brother. So we gotta be cool.
Yep. So yeah, we always, you know, somebody call and be like, "What's up, man?" And be like, "Yeah, you know, I was tripping, you know, woody wop," and then we, you know, we get back on the same page. But man, it's like seriously, man, I would say it's really all about your team. It's never I, you know.
Yeah.
It's never about the individual, because you know, as long as you got a good team behind you, you know, helping you take your idea to the next level. Because like I said, Jay Dukes, it's his idea. You know what I'm saying? He's the creator of Aux Cord Wars. I will say that. He just has a team, not to like, you know, pop my collar.
Pop your collar, sir. You deserve it. Pop your collar.
But you know, like when you have a good team behind you, somebody who's gonna help you out or show you the other side of it, who has a more analytical mindset, you know, where Deuce is feeling like he's like emotion and he, you know.
Yep.
But me, I'm more calculated in a lot of my moves, and so it's like,
and I hate it.
Yeah, but you know,
balance each other.
We balance each other out, because it's some stuff where he's like, like, nah, man, just listen to me. Like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna work. Da da da. And I'm like, dawg, this nigga finna have us broke.
Yeah.
We finna crash and burn, but you know,
but to get the butt, give the butt.
But you know, I would say, you know, sometimes, you know, it comes through, you know, and but you know, it's like we both got to give each other wins, you know, like we can't always say no. Like you got to say like, all right, bro, I'm gonna listen to you this time. Yeah. You know, it seemed to have worked out for us so far, you know, so. You know, definitely, you know, keep a solid team by you. You're gonna go through some bumps in the road, and I mean, if you pledge, I mean, it's the same thing when you with your LBs like that. I feel like that's what we're going through right now. Yeah, we're going through the pledging process all over again, and so we just LBs with it, and you know, you argue with your LB from time to time, but when you get in the house,
wow. I don't even think that this is a
yeah.
Wow. Cap advertising not hazing organization.
Oh shit. They know. I've said it plenty of times on here.
but you know, like I feel like that's how it is. Like, you know, we just come in united as one, you know, when we step into a room and we make it work. Like no matter what's thrown at us, you know what I'm saying, we always come out. You know what I'm saying? And you know, rise to the top, like I said, man. So
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I think those are some of the things I say. Oh, read your contracts, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh shit, have a contract. Let's start there.
Oh, that too. Like, don't go off nobody's words. Like, have a contract in place that states.
You can say that story. You can tell them. That ain't. I don't think that incriminates anybody. Just leave the names out. But tell them what happened.
Oh, which one?
The recent contract.
Oh, I mean, so, you know, we had a conversation with an individual.
Because here's the problem. When you do a lot of colleges, sometimes like the colleges don't pay on time. And with the money that we're getting, like our event, we give away cash prizes, we book special guests, we do all of this, and that money comes out of our pockets until we get reimbursed by the school, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes you can be in a situation to be waiting a week or two for a school to give you thousands of dollars, but we still have other shows, right? So one thing that I'm big on is I don't like the flex. Let's be transparent and see who wants to work with us. That's the lead in.
Right.
Take it.
So, you know, he had a conversation with the individual and was like, yo, like, is it cool if we, you know, get you later, you know, in the week? They're like, yeah, it's all good. We'll do that. Sent over the contract.
We were both were not paying attention.
Yeah, and, you know, it basically said, we're going to send the money upon, you know, the signature on the contract.
Oh, wow.
Sent it back.
And this conversation was in the same day.
Like an hour apart, for real. And then, you know, text back like, yeah, so just sent it over. What's up? Like, huh? And he's like, yo, like, it says it in the contract.
No, he pulled a gotcha.
Yeah, and so, you know, it was like, said business is business, which is true. And so, I mean, you can't really be mad. You know, you just got to say, you know what? That's cool. So we figured it out and, you know, got the bread together and sent it over. But, I mean, it's man. And it's a lot of time, a lot of people flex, too. Like, when they're in different positions. Yeah. And it's like, you know, right now you're the shit. Like right now you hot, and you know people take that to the head and start acting different. And
man, you saying something right now. I can't speak on it, but you saying something.
Yeah, and so it's just taking some of the bullshit, I guess, you know, and just having to roll with it for the time being. Yeah. But it's like, all right, you know, we know what's up, because it's gonna come a point in time where you might drop and you might not be as hot.
Oh yeah, no one's hot forever.
When Aux Cord Wars is on TV, and you like, hey, you know, like, you don't think, nah. You know what I'm saying?
No. I'll correct that, because some people are, and I'm leaving out names to keep it as business as possible. Yeah. But some people coming at us with prices that we cannot afford right now. At all. And I'm like, okay, cool. But now when the money completely changes and we can't afford it, don't come at me with your TV price. Come at me with the price you hit me with before. Yeah, I'll give you that. Sure. Right? And so, and I feel like that's fair, because when we told you what we had to work with, you basically gave us your ass to kiss. So now it's like, all right, it is what it is. This is all that we're willing to pay you. Well, what's the budget? It ain't even a conversation about the budget. This is what we want to pay you. Right. So it's what it is. Either you're gonna do it, either you want to rock with it or not, because it's enough people that will rock with it. Like, you know, we ain't got to do that. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, especially when you're on TV, like, it's all about exposure nowadays. So when you're on TV, shit, you gonna have people coming to you. I do it for free. They just gonna want the exposure. They're gonna want the followers. They're gonna want people to see their talent or whatever they got to bring to the table. You create an opportunity for them, so all of the leverage shifts.
Yeah. Yep. So that's why I'm like, you know, like I said, I'm the one that's quick to say fuck them. So, I mean...
And I'm like, no. We got to have a little bit more finesse with dealing with talent. Like, let's just try to work with them however we can.
But see, that's the entertainer in J Dukes. You know, he over there got a soft spot for these people. And I'm just like, man...
I mean, I do have a switch. I have a switch.
After a while. It take a minute, but I mean, yeah, you know. So those are some of, like, I say, the pitfalls, some of the rough patches and stuff that we have kind of gone through when dealing with, I guess, this journey that we're on.
Y'all dealing with, I've been, everything y'all talking about, I went through. We threw a party right there in Spartanburg, Dukes. You know, by the railroad tracks, across from the movie theaters, by Westgate Mall. I forget the name of that spot. We threw a party. Roy,
Club
all
Hush.
that, all night, huh?
Club Hush.
Yep. Threw a party. I mean, packed it out, parking lot full. I'm watching the money come in. So then I see my business partner. I'm gonna leave names out too. Business partner got a look on his face. I'm like, "What's up?" Yeah, man, the contract. Well, hold. What? Paperwork wasn't right. Wasn't present. Got raped. Drove all the way up from Oldburg to do that. Got raped, and I saw the money, bro. They made at least 4 or 5 G's that night, and we got nothing.
Nothing.
I mean, I made a few phone calls, but then I thought about my future, and I didn't want to be linked to anything, so I called. I did. I was like, nah, you know what? Don't. That's the lesson learned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you definitely want to handle the paperwork. Definitely want to handle the business. And I think the relationship y'all have is really important, because that, when it comes to passion and you have a baby, you care about this baby, you love this baby, but the other person is not pulling their weight, or there's a disagreement, it's kind of hard to get past that shit sometimes. It's really hard to get past it. And then when you don't have someone who truly understands, I'm kind of with Eric. It's kind of like, all right, either you with it or you not. Like, I'm trying to take this shit somewhere, and like, you are more of an anchor. I want you to lift me. I want you to hold the damn ladder, climb the ladder with me. Don't just sink your hooks into me. I already got enough pressure on me. I already got enough weight on me. So I definitely feel.
You said something right there.
Yeah. So, I mean, because right now my journey is I'm trying to figure out podcasting. Like, I like it. It's fun. It's natural. I saw what Joe Budden did. Shout out to the Joe Budden podcast. I saw what he did. I'm like, damn, how do I do that? Like, how do I get there? You know what I'm saying? So I'm still trying to figure out that landscape. So I'm kind of in a boat with y'all with this struggle. But I'm not going to hold y'all up. I think y'all gave some great information. Tell them where they can find your tour dates or how they can book you. Give them all of your contact, any and everything else you got to say.
All right, man. So make sure you follow me at JDukes1911 on IG, Twitter, everything. J Dukes on Facebook as well. And also E.
So I'm not gonna give y'all my Facebook, but because I'm pretty sure it's only single mothers and old people on Facebook right now.
That's not true.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Facebook is quite ratchet, actually.
That's the regular people is on there. They let all the people in there, and it's not as exclusive as it once was when we was back in college.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I don't really be on it like that. But my Instagram is King Noop, KINGNUPE. I'm probably gonna change it to something a little more professional, because that was back when I was in college when I made that. So, but anyway, for our tour dates and our content for Aux Cord Wars, our Instagram page is at Aux Cord Wars, AUXCORDWARS. Boom. That was the bomb.
And y'all will find all of these links in the description to the podcast. Once again, I would like to thank my special. Go ahead.
One sec. Okay. And we are looking for interns, so if you want to send your resume to us to review, or if you just want to inquire about how to book us and all of that, you can hit our email at acwcasting@gmail.com. All right. Woo! Boom.
All right. That's opportunity for y'all. These are some genuine people. They will get back with you. This is the time to get in, guys. Like, this is the time where you take an opportunity to do something different while people are on the way up. Because once they get there, it's going to be a little harder to get in that door. But
a little harder.
I want to thank y'all for joining me. I've been tracking y'all down. Thank you for texting me, Eric. I was having a moment. We was having moments, and I was like, even I called my girl too. She was like, "You need to do it." Love you, baby. I was like, all right. Yeah, you're right. I do. I was having a long day. Biff was having a day. No Alex, no Tori. I got none of my crew with me. So it's all good though. But thank you guys for joining me, and thank you all for listening. Y'all already know FME_podcast on Instagram, From My Experience Podcast, on the Facebook group, and you can listen to us everywhere: SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, all those places. We appreciate y'all. We love y'all. Keep an eye out for Aux Cord Wars. They are going to hit a campus near you.
TV.
A city near you.
A city.
A TV near you.
All that.
Everywhere. All right, we'll catch y'all next time. Peace.
Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you.